Another day, another weapon. So I've been putting off this project for a while now. Oh shit. I've been putting off this project for a while now. I've actually kind of procrastinated. It's been a while. It's taken a while for me to actually collect all the materials for my next craft. And I've also done some budget increasement. Look, I have this nice little tripod here, so now I don't have to use my drawing stand or whatever. So the budget is up, which probably means that the quality will be better as well. But yeah, as if you saw from the thumbnail, today we will be making the Blades of Chaos Kratos weapons from God of War, which I am actually quite excited to do. I've collected a lot of materials for this project. I actually bought these chains just for this sole purpose. Now, when I was in the store actually buying this, a lot of people were looking at me weird, but I didn't really think any more of that after. Well, as you can see, I've prepared a lot and I'm actually quite excited to start this project. I hope you guys will enjoy the video as well. I don't know how long this will take, but hopefully I will finish this project in the upcoming few days. And here is the holy grail. I finally collected enough cans, which will hopefully be enough. I have no idea how big the blades are gonna be, but this is I don't know, 25 cans probably. Holy money spread. Yeah. Now this is the great thing about the tripod, that I can actually use it to record in kind of complicated angles. This right here is the reference image I'm gonna use. I don't know if you can catch a glimpse of that. But yeah, this is what I'm hoping they will look like. I have no idea how well they're gonna turn out or how detailed I want them to be, but I've just realized that if I can't be a perfectionist when it comes to these crafts. I just have to start and then we'll see how it turns out. So yeah, let's go. So I basically always start with making a rough sketch. Now as you can see, this one right here is looking pretty shit. Do not fret, this is completely fine. Just making I think this is mainly because I just want to try out different sizes. Right now I'm thinking that I want this to be 20% bigger maybe. So always start off by just trying out different things. I will definitely be making a bigger one which is more detailed. As you can see, the edges here are very rough. So when you're doing these crafts, you can't really be don't be scared to mess it up in the beginning, because I always make a lot of mistakes which I then polish later. So in the beginning you can just start off by making something as simple as possible like this, and then you just make it better later. So in the beginning just start off with something simple, and then make it better later or whatever. Here we have version 2. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Here's version 2. Definitely looks a lot cleaner. I don't know if you can barely see it. I'm thinking that I don't have to go crazy on the details, but this is definitely enough for the first one. It can definitely still be a bit bigger, so I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna slightly increase the size, but other than that, this is probably the size or the shape that I'm going for. So now it's just to enhance the size and then make 4 copies of this exact one, which is gonna take a while, but hopefully everything will go smooth. Cardboard acquired. Now do make sure when you're actually making these cutouts, if you're on the floor, don't sit on your foot too much, because I can actually speak from experience. I actually got nerve damage in my foot when I made the axe. which is not really that great. So if you're sitting for an extended period of time on the floor, make sure to not put too much pressure on your foot, because I got like nerve damage in my right foot and I couldn't move it for like 2 weeks. So yeah, just keep that in mind, be careful. I guess now it's like an hour later and I finally managed to make 4 of these. I made them a lot bigger actually, which I think will turn out really good, because I really want you to see the power of the blades, you know. But no, I think this turned out very good. They're not that detailed actually. I mean, I could make a lot more edges, but I think this will be just fine, because it's not really about the details, it's about the soul of the weapon or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so now I've done 4 of these, and now it's time to make the handle, or the support, which is gonna be interesting. Shout out Latitude. So basically my idea is, right, that now that we have these bases right here, this will act as the entire support for the thing. And the idea is, as we usually do, put this here as the base, and then we will put them together so that it gets some weight. And I think this will be heavy enough so that it actually kind of works as a blade. Now my bench isn't of the highest quality, maybe I can show you here. So the bench is right now built upon like a bunch of cardboard boxes. And then of course we have this like table part. But it works, don't worry about that, this will do just fine. But yeah, could definitely use an upgrade. Hit that subscribe button. First one done. You can really see the difference when you've like finished the entire shape, because since the cardboard usually bends around the middle part, it usually turns out so much like, I don't know how to describe, but it just looks a lot better since it actually gets some shape to it. And I think the size I chose as well is almost perfect. Like it's not too big, not too small. And it has a nice weight to it as well, so I'm really happy with how it's looking right now. Okay, so accidentally like my camera died like 2 minutes into the craft and I didn't realize it up until now. Luckily I didn't finish the entire thing, but as you can see here I have started. Now the trick when detailing this is always, in my opinion, the hardest part is basically the can alignment, because as you can see it's kind of hard when you get to these more complex shapes to make them fit into a symmetry that looks good. If you just slap them on however you want, it would look kind of weird and messy, so I'm trying to do my best to make it look as clean as possible, which probably won't be the case, it will still look kind of messy, but I think that's kind of nice because it kind of adds to the whole aesthetic. Ta-da! So this is the finished product. I actually had some... Now these chains are not really permanent. I actually had them stuck with tape at the beginning. I'll show you a video. As you can see, they just fall off. So right now they're only like sitting for like on these little hinges here, I don't know. The main thing with this weapon is that the chain itself is actually a lot heavier than the weapons themselves. They're relatively light, which obviously hinders some of the chain action you might want to be performing with these weapons, since they're very chain combat heavy. But nonetheless, I think they turned out pretty well. This is actually not how they looked a few days ago. I actually had more details on the blade itself here, maybe I can show you the video right now. I actually had the Monster logo taped onto this little base here because I thought it looked so empty with just the black tape all over it. Basically I used, as usual, grip tape is a great component when making these types of weapons. So I used white grip tape for the handle here, and then some black grip tape for the other parts, which I think turned out pretty well. I think it creates a great dynamic between the black and white all over. I think in general the shape is pretty accurate. I know there's many different types of Chaos blades. These were obviously the more simple ones. But yeah, I'm relatively happy with how they turned out. They could be a bit more detailed. I'm still trying to figure out like how I can make the handle and like this entire part just look more, yeah, well, detailed in general. But I haven't really figured anything out that worked really well. So leave a comment down below if you know anything that would work to make this look more, yeah, well, more detailed, I guess. I think it just in general creates a much more like interesting design when you have the chain on. I still need to figure out how I'm gonna make those stick, because right now it's not really that stable. But I mean, they pretty much look like the Chaos blades, but in the Monster White form, so I can't really complain. That was the Chaos blades. I hope you guys enjoyed the process of me making them, and be sure to tune into the next weapon or craft we'll be making. I'm not really sure which one. I haven't chosen anything yet, so leave a comment down below for what you want to see, and I'll maybe take a look in the future and see what we can come up with. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll probably see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.